Coming to you virtually from the internet, this is week 1 of kindergarten music. I'm your teacher, Mr. Welfley. In today's lesson, we are going to be singing about the letter A. But first, let's get our bodies moving with some stretches. So here's our song for today, and feel free to move your body and follow along. Here we go. Grab your elbow and rock. Take your arm, touch your back, grab your elbow and rock. Take your arm, press your body and push. Take your arm, press your body and push. Shoulders forward, together. Now, shoulders together, but backwards. Now, one at a time. And backwards, one at a time. Now take your hands in one direction. Now take them in the opposite direction. Have them look at each other and go towards each other. And now have them go away from each other. On top and backwards. Get ready to squeeze. Squeeze and up, squeeze and down. Squeeze and up, squeeze and down. Wiggle, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 shake. Put your hands in your lap. Take your neck in a circle. Go the other direction. Take your arms up, tall, taller, tallest, and relax. Slowly roll up. Look over one shoulder. Look over your other shoulder. And look at Mr. Welfley. Hey, great job stretching with me. Now, before we get singing, let me introduce to my friend that's going to be singing with us today. For most of our songs, I'm going to be singing in my grown man voice first. But to help you guys out and singing in his high kid voice is my friend Xavier. Xavier will be singing his high kid voice, which you will follow along with. So usually I will sing first, Xavier will sing in, and you guys go ahead and sing with him. Okay? All right. But first, let's talk about instruments. Today, I'm going to show you this instrument. This instrument is made out of metal. This instrument has two parts. It has a whistle, which I put my mouth on and blow air into. And on the other side, it has a slide, and the slide goes out and in and out and in and out and in. So I blow into the whistle part, and I move the slide part back and forth, and that's how it plays. Let me show you. It sounds like this. Now, since this instrument has a slide on one end and a whistle on the other end, this instrument is called a slide whistle. I'm going to play some notes on the slide whistle, and I want you to join me by singing after I play. So I'll go first and I'll play the slide whistle. You will listen to it. And then when I'm done, you guys are going to sing after me. So for example, when I go like this, you guys will go, woo, woo, just like that. Let's try another one. Great. Let's do one more. Hey, great job listening and great job singing along with the slide whistle. All right, everybody. It's time for me to show you a picture. It's a little unusual, like you don't see this normally. As you're about to find out, this is a picture of an apple, and the apple is doing something that apples don't usually do. This apple is jumping a jump rope, right? And we are going to follow along this line with our voices. So when the apple jumps up, our voices will get high. And when the apple comes down, our voices will get low. And then again, our voices will get high and low and high and low and really high and really low until we are done. We are going to sing this on the vowel OO. So for example, I'll put mouse at the beginning of the line and we will follow it with our voices singing OO like this. 1, 2, ready, here we go. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, great job, boys and girls, singing high and low with your voices. But now you're going to get another opportunity to sing high and low. We are going to warm up our voices by talking about the letter A. And this says big A, little a. What begins with A? Aunt Annie's alligator, A, A, A. Because this lady right here is Aunt Annie. Because Aunt starts with A and Annie starts with A. And this animal right here is called an alligator. And alligator starts with A. So we're going to sing in a low voice, in a medium voice, and in a high voice. And this is where Xavier is going to come in and help me. I will sing in a low voice first, and he will sing after me, so you can join him, all right? So let's go first, and then you will go second, like this. Big A, little a. Big A, little a. All right, let's try the next part. What begins with A? What begins with A? Aunt Annie's alligator. Aunt Annie's alligator. A, 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 A. Great job singing in a low voice. But now let's sing a little bit higher in like a medium voice. So it sounds like this. Big A, little a. Big A, little a. What begins with A? What begins with A? Aunt Annie's alligator. Aunt Annie's alligator. A, A, A. A, A, A. And finally, let's try a high voice. I'll sing in a high voice first. You repeat after me. Big A, little a. Big A, little a. What begins with A? What begins with A? Aunt Annie's alligator. Aunt Annie's alligator. A, Great job. Thank you, Xavier. And great job, boys and girls, warming up our voices low and medium and high. But it's time for us to sing our first song. This song is about an apple named Andy, because Andy is a name that starts with the letter A, and apple is a fruit that starts with A. And it says Andy Apple is an acrobat. Do you know what an acrobat is? Do you know what an acrobat does? An acrobat is someone who works at a circus, and they climb way up high in the circus tent, way above the audience, and you can see them jumping and flipping and swinging through the air. And that's what an acrobat does, and that's what Andy Apple does because he is an acrobat. And the rest of the song goes like this. Andy can jump way over his mat. Ant can catch him just like that. Andy Apple is acrobat. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the words in this song start with the letter A, and I want you guys to count them. So I'm going to say a word starting with the letter A, and I want you to say a number, all right? I want you to count those words starting with the letter A. So I'll say a word first, and you say a number second. So it goes like this. The first word starting with A is Andy. So how many is that? That's 1. The second word is apple. That's 2. Then there's this tiny word here that says Ann. That's 3. Followed by acrobat. That's 4. Now on the next line, it says Andy again. That's 5 A words. But there's no more in the rest of that sentence. So we have to go to line 3, where we have the word ant. Now, what number comes after 5? So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that's it for line number 3. So let's move to the last line where it says Andy again. That's 7, followed by apple. That's 8, followed by that little word Ann again. That's 9. And finally, acrobat. That makes 10. So how many words start with A in this song? That's right. There's 10. Now, Xavier is going to help me out singing the song. I'll sing one sentence, he'll repeat, and you'll go ahead and sing with Xavier, okay? So it goes like this. Andy Apple is an acrobat. Try that. Andy Apple is an acrobat. Great job. Now it's my turn. I'm going to sing the second part. Andy can jump way over his mat. Try that. Andy can jump way over his mat. And can catch him just like that. And can catch him just like that. Andy Apple is an acrobat. Andy Apple is an acrobat. Now, boys and girls, let's try singing that with my guitar. You don't need to repeat after me anymore. We're going to try it all together. I play the guitar. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, here we go. Andy Apple is an acrobat. Andy can jump way over his mat. And can catch him just like that. Andy Apple is an acrobat. Great job singing with my guitar about Andy the Apple. I have one more song I want to sing with you today, and it's also about an apple. And in fact, it's about the whole entire apple tree. And the song goes like this. way up high in the apple tree. Now this song has motions. So you're going to put your hands up in the air and stretch out your fingers like the branches of a tree. And it goes like this. Way up high in the apple tree. Can you sing that with your fingers in the air like branches on a tree? Way up high in the apple tree. Great job. Now, the next part says, 2 red apples smiled at me. So you're going to put 2 fingers up for the number 2. And it goes like this. 2 red apples smiled at me. Can you try that? 2 red apples smiled at me. On the next page, it says, I shook that tree as hard as I could. So you're going to take your hands and you're going to shake them like you're shaking a tree. And it goes like this. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Can you sing that? I shook that tree as hard as I could. And then it finishes up with our fingers raining down like apples coming out of a tree and rubbing our tummies because it says, down came an apple, it was good. Try singing that. Down came an apple, it was good. I'm going to take away the picture just for a moment so that you can see me doing the motions. So let's try this together. Everybody's going to start out like a tree with your fingers stretched out in the air. And it goes like this. Way up high in the apple tree. Then we're going to show 2 fingers for our apples. 2 red apples smiled at me. Don't forget to smile. Now we're going to shake the tree. I shook that tree as hard as I could. And the apple's going to come down, and it's going to be so good in our tummies. Down came an apple, it was good. So if I put the picture back up and I get my guitar out, do you think you can remember those motions and sing at the same time? Let's try it. Here we go. Get your hands up in the air and stretch those fingers out like branches. Way up high in the apple tree, 2 red apples smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple, it was good. Wow, great job singing the song about 2 apples falling out of an apple tree, boys and girls. I'm really proud of you for singing so well. And Xavier and I just want to say goodbye to you, and we'll see you next time. All right, goodbye, everybody. See you next time.